powers. Please. Kiss me.
Greetings and salutations. This is Cage's Kiss, the ultimate Cage cast, where we discuss each of the National Treasure's cinematic masterpieces and his life. We also try to glean whatever kernels of wisdom we can from his character that week. My name is Linda, but this week I'm a secretive cheese.
And I'm Donnie, the encrypted cheese.
Crypto cheese.
And I'm Harry Call, and when I was just 4 years old, a neighbor came by, and I punched him in the stomach with all my strength, and he died later. Or Adrian.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, this week we are talking this bullshit because we covered Snowden.
Snowden.
It's me, Snowden.
This is a very special episode because I'm going to be sampling an energy drink that I found at the Dollar Tree that I've never tried before.
Is it Chernobyl?
Well, normally I avoid strange energy drinks because most of them really suck. But this one, they actually had the audacity to call it Tweaker.
Wow.
Oh.
And it says made in USA, and they put a little American flag on there. So this is going to suck so much.
Yeah, I can sympathize. And the last time I talked about energy drinks before doing the whole fun thing of telling people that there's bull semen inside Rockstar was that I poured out a energy drink into a glass and just stared at it at work, and my co-worker Aaron just started laughing his ass off because when I poured it in there, I was like, "What are you?" Because the drink should not be the color that was, but it was.
That's the color of flavor.
Yeah, that is the color of the dome.
That's flavor country.
You know, this actually isn't that bad. That's the most disturbing part. You think they calling it Tweaker? It would just be, huh?
Yeah, I miss the days of Jolt. That was fun.
Jolt. You know, before Red Bull really took off, I remember there was one we'd get at the 99-cent store in California called El Sol. It's the sun, which we found out later was a repackaged Korean one called Red Tonic.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I think that's the name for the generic beer that they have like for all the beer labels in what is it, Supernatural, or it's Del Sol, I think.
Oh, Del Sol.
Sorry, Donnie.
No, I was just gonna say this is really convenient that we're all talking about energy drinks, considering this is apparently the source of most computer programmers' foods, and that's what we're talking about.
Oh, right, yeah. So right, well, and you know, we're a bunch of losers sitting on our laptops here and talking about this movie. So yeah,
I'm sitting on a Rubik's Cube. It is not recommended.
I was on the Rubik's Cube, and now it's in me.
You gotta work
Time
the
to
sides.
solve the puzzle.
So Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
We need to give a synopsis.
No, but maybe we can do a challenge and see if we can keep the entire episode from going political.
Fuck. It's Oliver Stone. His movies are designed to make you go political.
His movies are designed to be one-sided filthy horrors.
Well, that too. well, he used to be really good at it. That's the troubling thing is he used to be great at it. Like in the 80s and 90s, like Born on the 4th of July, which this is pretty similar to. You know, Wall Street, the first one. You know, Platoon. You know, I mean, fuck.
Not Wall Street 2.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Electric.
right.
Movie.
Well, unfortunately, the movie that we got, since this is modern day Oliver Stone more so, is sort of like The Social Network meets Wall Street 2, Money Never Sleeps.
That is very accurate.
Because much like Wall Street 2, for some reason, we're treated to digital montages of 3D like hackers type cutscenes, with this weirdly unnecessary and inappropriate emotive music.
Yeah.
And but at least there's no David Byrne on the soundtrack.
No.
Aww.
Fuck him. That's all I'm saying. Although the odd thing is that this is another Nicolas Cage full circle moment here, in that the end credits there's a song by Peter Gabriel who did the entire score to Birdie. Birdie. I made you a pigeon suit now.
Yep.
Yep.
Which reminds me, apparently that was up for a Grammy
Mm-hmm.
for best soundtrack, but also this year, Nicolas Cage was also up for a Razzie for worst supporting actor.
Was it for this film?
Yep.
I know people kind of didn't appreciate this movie so much, but I didn't realize it was to that level. I mean, like, you could cut out the movie and never know who wasn't there. You know, Cage is about three scenes.
Like he's just unnecessary. But the winner that year was Eddie Redmayne for Jupiter Ascending.
That makes a lot of sense.
Who's Eddie Redmayne? I saw that movie, but I don't know who's who, apart from like the people I do know.
I don't know. I never saw that.
That's for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
really for the best.
You gotta really gauge how much you hate yourself before you sit down. Okay, so Red Letter Media did an episode where they covered Jupiter Ascending, and for a fun tag on afterwards, they covered Battlefield Earth.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, because that's actually pretty appropriate.
Well, apparently he was up against Chevy Chase for Hot Tub Time Machine and
wow.
Vacation.
This is what Chevy Chase does now. The world realized he wasn't funny, so he just does cameos.
Yeah.
Then he told the entire cast of
he
Hot Tub
was
Time
in-
Machine to go fuck themselves.
Well, he was in Community for a while,
And then he
I
told
love
them
his
to go fuck
character, but-
themselves.
Yeah, almost. I think literally.
Yeah,
Actually.
he did. He literally said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Josh Gad was up for Pixels and The Wedding Ringer. And actually, you know what? No, yeah, that's right. And let's see, Jason Lee was up for Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Trip.
Did anybody tell Jason Lee that he's not famous anymore? Does he not
needs to
know?
I know. It's kind of sad, but I really liked him in My Name is Earl.
That was a long time ago.
I know. But I watched it late, like after it was canceled. Or
We was
whatever.
youngins when it came
ran
out.
its course.
Just like Titus.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Well, this movie happened on September 15th of 2016. And it cost the $40 million, and worldwide it only made the $37 million, so it's a clear-cut bomb.
Good.
It opened on 2,000 screens. It was actually the lowest opening of Oliver Stone's entire career, which is kind of sad because Oliver Stone was super into making this movie to the point where he missed his mother's funeral to continue working on this movie.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
Stone
wow.
was kind of worried that, like, the NSA, being what they are, would try to interfere. And so
Yeah,
he
that
wrote the entire
makes sense.
screenplay on a computer with no internet connection and shot everything in Germany.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, to be away from the NSA. No such agency. Ba-ba-bum. Yeah.
Oh, you guys, I fucked up. I'm sorry. It was for the 2017 Razzies that he was nominated, and Jesse Eisenberg won for Batman versus Superman.
That is very deserved.
Still, for our recent Cage movies, though, this didn't do super awful, considering it opened at number 4 domestically, and it had a domestic release. This is Nicolas Cage in American movie theaters for the first time in like 5 years. Number 1 was Sully. Number 2 was the Blair Witch remake, and number 3 was Bridget Jones's Baby. Bum bum bum. Oh, this was actually ahead of Don't Breathe. I really like Don't Breathe. I saw that in the theater.
That was a fun movie.
You know, 2016 is the last
I wasn't that
year.
crazy about it.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
It really sustained me, but I only saw 3 movies in the theater that year, and that's the last time I even went to the theater.
That's the one with the blind guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the
Yeah,
house.
yeah, the guy
Yeah.
from Manhunter. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't too crazy about it.
He had a turkey baster full of semen. How can you not
I
enjoy
know. It's like I was like, what the fuck is this movie doing? It took a turn.
All right.
Was just waiting
That's
for
the
company.
subtitle for this episode.
Turkey baster. of
Snowden
kill.
turkey baster full of semen.
Full of semen. Dun, 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 dun. Full of semen.
Yeah, I really appreciated Nick Cage in the movie with that turkey baster going, "I smell your cunt."
Is that
It was
so?
a
I
brilliant
myself cannot. Use
I
Evian
thought
skin
it
cream,
was a
but not
great
today.
Performance.
Honestly, it kind of bugs me he was up for a Razzie because this was just like his least involved. I mean, he's
I don't see why you'd even have room to be annoyed
Well,
with
maybe
him.
that's
in
why he
this,
didn't win.
You know,
Yeah, but I mean, his part is kind of the equivalent of the throwaway line from Sean Connery saying, "You're the man now, dog." It had no fucking
the
place,
kid did it.
and it sounded
He did it.
totally ADR, like he just didn't give a
Do
shit.
you remember? Do you remember when I was in the movie earlier? Yes, dear. Sure, you were in a movie. Look, I'm in my living room and I have a record collection. Thank you.
That's like literally the definition of like you had nothing to do with this, but like he did it. I knew he was gonna do it. He did it. It's like,
I wanted
shut
the movie
fuck
to
up.
freeze at that moment, and then John Cusack to walk in and criticize his record collection right there, because the turntable's there with all the vinyl, and I'm like, okay, so what you got? You got some Carpenters in there? Okay, yeah. Mott the Hoople.
Snowden just walks out of the room onto a fucking football field that just happens to be there and raises a fist up to the sky, and it just freezes.
And who played Snowden? Joseph Gordon-Levitt, born in L.A. in 1981, played Demi Moore's son, in The Juror. That movie wasn't good. He was in Halloween, H2O.
Oh, God.
Donnie?
He also played Robin in the Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, fuck. Don't remind me of that bullshit shoehorn shit at the end. It's like, well, we didn't have Robin in 3 movies. Let's have his little pal just...
He's like, you should use your real name.
Hey, well, wait a minute. What, is he more Robin, or is he really young Bruce Willis? It was all in a circle, so I shot myself. It's like, you should have done that in the 90s, Levitt. He was also in a gay Mormon movie called Latter Days.
Yeah.
And he was in that 10 Things I Hate About You
an
movie.
Enigma?
God damn
No,
it.
Enigma was broken. What, do you like your Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Is he your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, well, he's not my favorite.
He
but
should
I
never
like
have
him.
cut his hair. When he had his long hair 90s thing, he
I
made
think
sense.
He's a good actor, and
Yeah.
I think that he's he seems to be a good person, and I know that he was trying to get a movie or a series version of Sandman going, but
Oh, that's right.
they wanted to fuck with it, and so he said, "Nope, fuck it, never mind, it's not on the table."
So instead, he did Don John, and we were all punished.
Well, I just think that, I mean, he's like any other actor. He wants work, and, I can't fault him for that. Just like, Cage, but
Yeah.
I feel like he also has a lot of integrity.
But to me, he'll always be Demi Moore's son in The Juror with Alec Baldwin.
Well, yeah, it's people
That's
like
fair.
that.
Teacher will
like,
protect you.
What's his name? Sacha Baron Cohen. I still would have loved to have seen his version of the Freddie Mercury movie versus what we got.
Oh yes. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
yeah.
Cause fuck Bryan Singer and fuck
Yeah.
fuck these smarmy fucking off the rack Hollywood biopics. They are all shit.
Well, that's kind of what I hated with this movie. I mean, the story aside, it still suffers from the Captain Hindsight, where it's like so many moments start playing off like this is a moment, it's a big moment, and I'm waving my finger in your face because I'm letting you know this is gonna be a big moment. You got to make a big boy choice, and he just goes, I don't know.
It's a real shame. It's a real
Yeah.
shame because like we're automatically comparing it unfavorably with The Social Network because David
Well,
Fincher
not
still
only
has his
that-
shit
Yes,
together.
Yeah,
but
not only that, but also like the 2 Steve Jobs films too.
I only saw the Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs movie, but that one I pretty much shit my pants and ate it. It was so bad. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, see butterfly
Yeah,
effect.
yeah. Well, it's not just the fact that it was Kutcher. Oddly enough, like you'd think that, right? You'd think like, oh look, here's a movie utterly ruined by Ashton Kutcher. It's like no, everybody decided to ruin it. It was like a collaborative effort. Fucking. Well, of course, you don't need either of those. You could just watch that TV movie, The Pirates of Silicon Valley. That was better.
True.
And he was still
Well, that's
alive
what I
back
was-
then.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was telling Linda too. I think she watched it. I'm pretty sure she did. I don't know about yourself, but the documentary that Joseph Gordon-Levitt based his performance off of, The Citizen 4, I actually watched that when it came out.
Oh, you saw that?
And I was really interested in it. It was a very good documentary. and it seemed to have a little bit more better, tenser moments in it versus what you got in this. Because this was just, not only is it really Oliver Stone really kind of playing it safe despite his paranoia, it just had nothing. It wasn't even a man.
Well, it's not the same failure as the previous Stone movie we did. It's not as big a cop out as World Trade Center was. I don't think.
Oh God, yeah.
Speaking of which, though, apparently Oliver Stone asked Laura Poitras, the director of that documentary, that Citizen 4, he asked her to push back the release of her documentary because his quote unquote would be the real movie.
I remember that.
What I heard, what his quote was that it would
audacity.
reach a wider audience. You know, I guess was his theory. I don't know.
Wider reach around.
You know.
Yeah. Don't step on my movie. This is my moment.
And she's like, "Don't fuck with me, bitch. This ain't my first rodeo."
Like, I was there when I made my JFK film. Yeah.
I was there when you made Any Given Sunday, you bastard. Come at me.
The only good Oliver Stone ever did was putting his hands on Conan. And that's as far as I'm willing to go.
I really like his early 90s stuff. I like The Doors, especially since Meg Ryan gets utterly tortured in it.
Yeah.
You know, and Natural Born Killers.
That's just, it's kind of like people like him, and I'm not going to go into any of the talk on this douchebag, but also Michael Moore, where earlier shit they did actually did something, but now it's just self-masturbatorial material they put out.
Well, this is a problem when people have that kind of success too.
Yeah.
Well, also, very much, you mentioned one-sidedness earlier. Oliver Stone and Spike Lee. Oliver Stone and Spike Lee were both students of Martin Scorsese, right? And Stone had been trying for a little while, but they sort of came up around the same time. And Spike Lee is another one who initially it's like, you know, this filmmaking, it's, you know, it's really energetic, you know, like you're telling this story, you know, this do the right thing, this Malcolm X movie, like I'm on board with it. And then he starts being this preaching fuck who tells everybody what to think and do about everything. And it's like, whoa, back the fuck up, Spike Lee. And he's like, I'll have you know, I made Inside Man. It's like, Inside Man, you can get me outside the theater, you fuck.
Yeah. Oh, this movie.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, like it's a little bit, you know, like for those of us who remember that time, and it was only 7 years ago. You know, like I still have a piece of tape over the webcam on my laptop.
Oh yeah,
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
I still remember when a lot of that happened. It's like holy shit, and then more of it came out. I was like holy
It was
shit.
kind of like Watergate for our generation, right? You know.
Yeah, but still not much happened.
Right.
It was a big thing, but it's
Well, yeah. Here's the trouble. Like Snowden's still in Russia.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I enjoyed the movie. It's definitely not one of Oliver Stone's best, but you know, I enjoyed it, and I mean, it's something that was interesting because we lived through it.
Yeah.
But
The subject matter is relevant.
It was an important time.
Like I said, the subject matter is relevant. You can still give it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel like he's a very important person in American history.
The person, yes, yeah,
and yeah,
the real Ed Snowden.
Yeah. No, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. What are you talking about?
Okay, it's not like Jesse Eisenberg who invented Facebook. You can't just go ascribing things to Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
This is when the
didn't
NSA stops listening to us.
Hey, we need all the listeners we can get.
They know too much.
We stuck with you assholes this many episodes, but we're drawing the line now. I'm sorry, the line must be drawn here.
Well, if they saw my Artful World Trade Center, they probably just shrugged and went, "Oh, these fuckers are trolling."
Oh god.
Like, obviously, these people know nothing. Definitely nothing of value.
But
I
don't
learned
know.
something though. I didn't know that people who work for the CIA claim to work for the State Department, which is weird
That's
because I know
true.
people whose relatives work for the State Department. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
fuck. Is there people in the company keeping tabs on my shit? You know.
There's so much furry porn.
There's never enough furry porn.
Never has a man drawn so many dicks.
I want you to put that on my tombstone.
That's actually no. I'm not putting that on my tombstone. I've actually changed it. I was gonna have insert quarter to continue, but now I'm just gonna have on my tombstone. It's gonna say I had sex once. It was pretty cool.
See, I used to say what I wanted on my tombstone was cheese and pepperoni.
Oh,
Because the commercial, but then I saw Carrie, so I'm like, no, my tombstone must read Carrie White burns in hell.
There you go.
Well, Donnie knows what I want. Either I want Linda Castro buried alive, or Linda Castro, I will be avenged.
Yes, and you settled for Shot a Man.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Well, you gotta put your grave on the crest of a hill, so I can go walking by it and then stop at it and then hold up my rifle and freeze frame.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know. This movie needed life.
Well, you
Because
know
it's
what this
just-
movie did had?
Oh.
It had Risa Fons as Corbin O'Brien. And that moment comes up, and I'm like, holy shit, you're Conan O'Brien? Wait a minute, you're not Conan O'Brien. What the fuck?
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, so Risa Fons, who's super Welsh, who you may know from Danny Deckchair or Notting Hill.
him.
Or my personal favorite, Enduring Love, where he stalks fucking Daniel Craig.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
No my.
Yeah,
No.
so yeah, movie.
I mean, the cast itself just really seemed meh. There wasn't really much memorable about them.
Mr. Justified was in
With
this.
the cast.
Justified.
Huh?
Justified was there. He was all doing his Justified thing.
Oh,
Timothy
that's
Oliphant.
right.
He was all like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm Scream 2. I'm going to put that guy in a car and get him all crashed up. And he drank a lot of alcohol. Like, you can't put him in a car after he drank all that alcohol. Like, can't do. I'm the CIA, bitch.
No, it was a very apt comparison you made of comparing this to the movie Hackers, where it's like, if you just talk about what it is hackers actually do and how coding and such works, it is boring and simple as fuck.
Yeah,
but when you
can't
try and make a
really-
movie around that, it's like, that's when you have to go and interject things from like Lawnmower Man and shit. You have to go, I'm checking in. It's like you have to have numbers flashing across the screen. But
Yeah,
we're just talking
everybody's
like
extra
things-
special punk rock. They're typing fast.
Yeah.
There's numbers making typing number sounds.
Yes, and then
I'm
you have, like,
in.
Trent Reznor music playing over the whole thing.
I'm being tracked. I'm putting together a 3-headed worm virus to counter them. Whoosh.
Yes, well, it's eating up all the cookies. What do? Give it more cookies. But no, it's like, it could have used moments like in the documentary when they even mentioned how he was freaking out because he said that his girlfriend mentioned there was tons of construction vehicles around their whole block and shit.
Oh.
It's like, having seen shit like that in the movie would have been really, really cool. But this is kind of...
Well, there's a reason when my opening I referenced Coppola's The Conversation. It's like, you watch this and you're kind of like, man, this really makes me miss The Conversation and The Falcon and the Snowman.
Yeah.
The Falcon and the Snowman, which was also based on real events about a guy who goes to work in the Pentagon and becomes super disillusioned, but he and his friend's response to that is actually to try to sell this military secrets to the Soviet Union, and how completely hapless they are at it.
To be fair, it's very hard to beat the ending of The Conversation too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's
I was really kind of hoping for that, like a moment where he realizes that his glasses have been bugged the whole time or some shit,
Yeah, exactly. Like something.
I know, I realize it's
prevalent to
based
that.
on fact and all that, but like they embellish shit anyway. I mean,
They really do, but it's like they just focus more on his subtle paranoia instead of overwhelming paranoia. And it's actually led to something in the film I really felt was out of place, even though that means we wouldn't have Linda's segment coming up. Is the sex scene felt so fucking gratuitous and out of place.
There is another thing for her segment. Actually, I brought up to her.
Yeah,
Yep. It's true.
but I mean, it's
But
just
we'll
like,
get to that.
oh, we're gonna have sexy times. Like, oh my god, her laptop, it's staring at me, and there's a webcam. Ah, fuck it, let's give him a show.
Yeah. You like that,
yeah.
Conan O'Brien? You like that? Oh, that's right. Oh. Bam! Just like Old Faithful.
Now, see, that would have been awesome if they did like a "What Lies Beneath" moment where it's like, "Oh, I hope she doesn't care." Like, who's that? It's like turns into Conan O'Brien on top of like your wife. And then he wakes up and has an awkward boner in his desk.
Oh man, we're comparing this negatively with What Lies Beneath. Oh, we are down there. All the baking instructions just changed. We just dropped shit.
God.
Well,
but
yeah.
you know, it also. I mean, I feel like I liked the cast. It also had Zachary Quinto, and I was like, oh shit, Zachary Quinto's up in this bitch. And there was also oh god damn it. What is his name? Sorry, I had to do most of my notes on my phone today because I was so busy. But Tom Wilkinson.
Yeah. Tom Wilkinson's in there.
He's another fucking treasure.
Yeah,
you may know him from the full.
Yeah, that's a little reminder that you could be watching Michael Clayton instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was in that. Or, Grand Budapest Hotel.
I know, but it's like having Skarsgård in Nymphomaniac and then only using him so you see his wrinkly penis at the end of it and get his head blown off. So you can have nice talent in the film, which is nice to see them, but you should do something more with them. They just didn't seem that invested in this, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, it was hard to buy into them.
You mentioned Jupiter Ascending earlier, and like we got Rhys Ifans as a character who only whispers annoyingly. Mm-hmm. See, there's a connection right there. Why are we here? That would make them the enemy.
You know, if you have all these great actors in one movie and they're all kind of underwhelming, then I think the lowest common denominator there is the director.
Well, but it wasn't only great actors. Remember, the lady from Convergent and Divergent is his girlfriend.
Yeah, but that's not all she's done. And I mean, Robert Pattinson was in fucking Twilight, but he's a great actor.
No,
you can't use that as a to judge.
I saw the David Cronenberg movie he did. I still hate him.
Yeah, his face.
I saw your mom, and I hate her.
I don't know. Honestly, for me, I really preferred Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse. But I don't even care about Pattinson doing the Twilight thing. I really don't give a shit. I can't really stand behind the guy as an actor. I just don't like his face. But
Jesus,
why would you ever cast him when you could cast Daniel Radcliffe?
Jesus Christ.
That's true.
Fuck everybody. Daniel Radcliffe rules.
He's Cedric Diggory. We will never forget.
We have to forget, but you won't let us.
That's right, damn it.
You know, I had a movie on. I wasn't really watching it, but it had Surprise Elijah Wood in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had The Last Witch Hunter on.
Surprise Wood's the best.
with the what's his name? What the fuck is that guy's name? Vin Diesel. Yeah.
What was he
Vin Diesel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that thing was on. I hunt witches and I did not want my baby to wait up for me. Here, hold my beer, Elijah Wood.
He may not be the. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Was it the last?
Yeah, it was the Last Witch Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was. He's not the best actor, but apparently he was. He's a member of Mensa, and he's a big D&D player.
Well,
or he claims
I mean, the D&D thing's fine. I don't necessarily give the greatest amount of credence to Mensa.
Yeah, I mean, there's a porn actress who's actually in Mensa too, but they wouldn't put her on their page because of the fact she used to do porn.
And she may be smarter than the rest of them.
That's crap.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, varying intelligence measurements can be misleading. Let's say.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I'm not calling myself smart. I'm just saying others suck also.
And for people that wanted to know, is Asa Carrera actually, who was a member of Mensa. But yeah,
there was also a murderer in there.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean,
he got caught. He sucks.
Yeah.
Really though, if you ever get the time, check out some of her books. She's amazing. But
what?
Asa is fucking awesome.
I only read dead people.
Asa Akira. Damn it. But I used her in my face off for National Pleasure.
I
One and two.
remember. I remember. I let you have your moment.
But,
I'm reading E.T.A. Hoffman. Fuck the world.
Wow.
Fuck you.
He's German and he's long dead. Oh, the guy who shot this
So-
Mantle guy also shot 28 Days Later. I hate that movie.
So Asia Carrera wrote books.
Asa Akira. Yes, she wrote a couple. My favorite was Insatiable. But anyway, apparently Oliver Stone cast Joseph Gordon-Levitt to play Snowden because he said, quote, "There's an interesting blandness to him in the same way that Jimmy Stewart might have been considered bland."
Well, wait a second. You want the modern day Jimmy Stewart? You just cast Cage. They should have put him in the lead. That's all. You don't just go discover him in the basement and say, "Look, boy, this is an encryption machine that prevented World War III."
Today's Jimmy Stewart.
What we knew he was the modern day Jimmy Stewart when we saw fucking Racing with the Moon. We figured that out.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately in the 90s a certain director figured it out, and then we wound up getting
Yes.
shit like Honeymoon in Vegas.
Oh no, it could happen to you.
That's the same director. That's Andrew
Ow.
Bergman. Yeah. I hate him so much.
I already I blocked
Yeah,
it
if you
out.
didn't catch our episode,
But,
you can listen to our episode on It Could Happen to You, and you can hear me foam at the mouth about how deeply, deeply I hate it.
I think that if a director said that I had a certain blandness, an interesting blandness, I think I'd probably cry.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's all like, "I'm talking like a robot. I'm a robot."
Beep boop beep boop.
Yeah, like a robot do.
And apparently, okay, so this doesn't really have a lot to do with the making of the movie, but I had to share it.
Sure.
Because Vanity Fair had this piece with Stone talking about how Oliver Stone met with Snowden,
In Moscow. Yeah.
and he compared him, and since he's so
You compared him with
thin
moose and
and
squirrel.
slim, he compared him to people like Bono and Al Pacino.
Oh, yeah, because
He
you
said-
could fit him in a suitcase. At one point in the movie, they say he weighs 150 pounds. It's like, my God, I could juggle the man.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's slim as
small.
fuck.
Yeah, no, early in the
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
we get Snowden in basic training, I guess, for the Army, or maybe the Marines. I don't know the
Yeah.
difference. I'm going to admit that right now. And he winds up breaking both his legs because, like the doctor says,
Yeah.
well,
Yep.
you weigh 150 pounds and you're carrying around an 80-pound pack. Do the math, dumbass.
Yeah. Your leg's been broken for
he's-
2 weeks.
He should have been a Japanese car worker. Damn.
But he was talking about when he was comparing Snowden to Bono and Al Pacino, he said, quote, "Those guys are teeny weenies."
Wow. I like my bland teeny weenies.
The first thing Oliver Stone does when he meets another man is he whips his dick out and he says, "Okay, let's get the ruler, bitch. We'll figure out who's the man here."
You know, saying that just
I don't-
it reminds me of
Sorry, go ahead.
No Holds Barred when the wrestler goes in the bathroom like, "What do we got here? A bunch of teeny weenies."
Teeny weenies.
So is Bono short though? I have no conception of Bono's height since his shit ass is always up on stage. Fucking dickwad.
Yeah,
I mean, he must be.
he is.
I hate Bono.
For the same reason everyone hates Bono.
Yeah, because no matter what he does, he will always be a
he's
piece of shit.
5'6".
Okay, so that's not that tall.
Oh.
It's not that tall.
No, that's like a little bit higher than our mom.
Not for
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
Actually, that's as tall as I am.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so a couple inches more than my mom. But
All right, so
Oh.
about average.
None of them measure up to Cage.
That's true. You talk.
How old was he supposed to be in this movie?
Well,
Because
I
I
think
wasn't
his
sure if he was supposed
character's
to
a
be like
composite.
an old man or
Yeah. Yeah, well,
well, did you see that picture that they used? That was
Yeah.
like where it was supposed to be him younger.
oh yeah, they got like
Yeah.
1981 Cage photo there. Yeah.
Yes.
with like a big schnoz.
Well, he did. I mean, yeah.
Unless it was like unless it was like a real authentic picture, but I don't
It
know.
could have been the
I-
same thing they
they-
did in the last Rambo movie.
That's
when they
some
had
of the
these
best
young
like
pictures of
Photoshop
Sylvester
insertion we've
Stallone.
seen. Like really,
Yeah.
like for this, because
Yeah.
like.
But to be fair, we've seen a lot of shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like it's certainly better than that shit in Deadfall.
It's like if you just watch nothing but Asylum films, and then someone's like, "Hey, let's go watch a movie by Paramount." It's like, oh my god, there's films out there of this quality.
But I don't think that his character, Hank Forrester, I don't think he actually exists.
That's Dr. Clayton Forrester. Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say every time I heard his name Forrester, I just kept thinking Forrester.
They did have him down there in Deep
Forrester.
13.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I invented something really impressive, but then my colleagues were jealous, so they condemned me to this basement. But one
They
day
could have
I will
done
rise
that.
up again and destroy them.
They could have done that. He could have been there, like, "Hey, what do you got over there?" It's like, "Today's invention exchange." That's my karma machine.
Well, hey, and Snowden's in exile. The whole rest of there should be a whole series following this where they're in satellite communication.
Yeah.
Snowden just gets sent his movie for that week.
Is that our face-off?
Yes, actually.
We're casting Joel as Snowden.
In the not too distant future,
Speaking
2013.
of, yes.
Business Insider thought that the character may have been based on William Benny, who was another NSA whistleblower.
Oh.
So I mean,
Yeah.
So how
I'm
about
sorry,
that
what were you gonna say,
nudity?
Yeah.
oh, are you talking about? I want his clothes off.
Close off.
Clothes off.
Close off.
Encrypted.
When you tell us about when people had their clothes off.
Well, thank you for pointing it out, Adrian, because I wasn't thinking about it before. But apparently you see his teeny weeny, or excuse me, it's not teeny, I guess. You see his schlong in his whang. In the scene where he's being scanned. Like they have that body
he goes into the
scanner.
underground facility in Hawaii, and they have those body scanners like they do at the airport now, where you have to put your arms up like you're going to get shot. And a lot of people don't know this, but when you go to the airport, they can see your penis or your vagina because those things show you naked.
Mhm.
And on the screen, we see Joseph Gordon-Levitt penis.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
little,
penis.
dinky-doo.
Hey, it's a good size.
No, I know.
Move
no,
right
it's-
along.
it's not too bad.
Dig-a-ding.
His schlong.
And then I slipped the big one. I really knocked her out.
Which reminds me, after this, you have to remind me to tell you about my dream I had last night.
You don't want to share it
You were
with all
there?
the
You were
listeners?
there?
Wait, you had a dream where I was there? Did we do crimes?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Actually, you stepped on you stepped on a corpse in front of your apartment, and Donnie and I were laughing and making fun of you because you had corpse on
Oh,
your
God.
shoes.
It wasn't even a fresh one.
But we were back on the college campus, and then I realized, like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, that means somebody's killing somebody around here. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, my dream was more pleasant.
But yeah, that was the
I
highlight.
had a
of it.
dream that I met Ben Affleck, and we just both started making fun of Edward Burns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. He was
As
really
you do.
chill. Yeah.
Do you guys feel ready for Donnie's review corner?
Donnie's
Oh,
reviews.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah,
out of
Donnie. What
all-
the fuck did the lay people say about
Christ.
this shit?
I'm not even joking when like 90% of the reviews were all political rants. and
I'm
about
sure
how
they
he needs
were.
to be hung and shot as a traitor.
See,
I mean,
that's
they're-
what I was afraid of. Yeah,
Wow.
it's like really
Yeah.
people are divided over fucking Snowden. It's like
I had to go on a hunt to find these. So yeah.
okay.
Let's go with the
Hunt.
longest one.
Yeah.
Not a great storytelling experience. I felt very choppy, and the personal parts of Snowden's life are just kind of like sprinkled in here and there, and his relationship with his girlfriend made absolutely no sense. If it wasn't on sale and I wasn't curious, I would have never rented this movie. Glad that I only spent 99 cents on it. It's a couple hours of my life I can't get back. The dramatic storytelling brought nothing to the news you can find on the internet. It didn't dramatize anything to a point where I was impressed. I would much rather just read an article or a book or a biography rather than watch this movie. I wouldn't recommend this at all. Hard pass.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, even his girlfriend, I'm
Wait,
sorry, but
well-
if you're dating someone and they tell you, you say like, hey, your laptop was open and I saw you got a bunch of messages from people on a date site where we met, what the hell? And it's like, oh, well, when you're gone, I just feel like our life is put on hold, so I just like to talk to people.
It's no big deal. I'm
look at
fucking
their
around on you. It's
lives.
fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I found out that, like, because Carlo and I met online, and if I found out that he had, like, what's the word, reactivated his
Yeah.
profile,
You'd cut his dick off?
I'd be pretty pissed.
Look, bitch, I need some strange on the side.
That whole scene is terrible, by the way, too, because it's like a complete sidetrack.
Oh,
It's
God,
like
yeah.
the point is not that she has something to hide; it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, it's like
It's like when, I
government
met
surveillance
the-
is fucked. It doesn't matter what you're doing or not doing.
Yeah. What were you saying, Linda?
It's like when one of my exes, when I found out that he was trolling on adult friend finder.
Adult friend finder.
Like, yeah, you're just going there to look at other people's lives, right?
Yeah, I was like, I want to see them titties.
Well, other people's lives always look so easy when you're standing on the other side. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Other people's lives.
And sadly, even though
Jacking off.
I joked about that, there are legitimately people out there that do that will troll dating websites just to get nude photos of the people they're talking to, and their excuse is, yeah, I know there's porn, but these are real women, not models. You
Oh, God.
sad bastard.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucked
But
up. That's fucked
almost
up.
as fucked up as this.
Okay, let's hear it.
The
Let's hear it.
movie was great. Gave it 1 star because they could have done without the raunchy sex scene with a girlfriend in the movie. Completely stupid, no purpose, no benefit to the movie at all.
They knocked off
I
4
wonder-
stars for the sex scene.
Yes, I wonder when directors are going to realize that it adds no theatrical benefit to the movie to have garbage like this in a movie.
No, somebody was watching that movie and they're like, this is really compelling, but I feel a lot better if I had a chub right now. Yeah.
I just feel like
kinda
maybe
feel
when
like
the
less
scene
of a man.
happened, they just looked around and just slammed their hand on the coffee table and like, I'm out. like Joe Bob
Well,
when
I
he
can
deducts a movie automatically because there's no breast in it. It's like, this is what this person does. Like, all right, there's sex, 4 stars down.
Yeah, it's well,
yeah, or he won't watch Phantasm 2 because
Yes.
they blew up the Cuda.
Yes. But my favoriteest of all favorites,
Okay.
most awesome reviews for this movie.
Oh god. Okay.
This movie blows, and so does Snowden.
Oh,
That's all
okay.
they wrote.
Don't be subtle about it or anything.
I just like all these people that went on like.
You know what I hate? Snowden.
manifestos.
You know what I love?
Literally, It's like
America.
manifestos on how he should be hung and killed, and his family and loved
Jesus.
ones killed. And this dildo just
Why don't they
writes,
move to
"This
North
movie
Korea
blows,
if
and
they like
so
that?"
does he." I'm like, well
That's it?
done, sir. Well done.
Jesus.
I'm not going to be happy until Snowden's in Guantanamo Bay where he belongs.
I want him dead.
and
I
all
want his
this stuff-
family dead.
I want his house burned to the ground.
Yeah.
Well, and all this stuff about the girlfriend character, it's like I can see that because I feel for the woman in real life.
I'm
but
sure
at
the
the
real
same time,
woman's
it's
a
like,
lot more personable because the character is annoying as
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
She's
in
really
the
just a
movie,
counterpoint.
I could give less of a shit.
She just kind of came off
Yeah,
a bit
and she's just
bitchy.
kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve him.
So like you have seizures and stuff and you're going to work. What the hell are you doing going to work for? It's like, well, what are you going to do? Support us? Like, yeah, I do pole dancing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
about
took
that.
pictures of my nude pole dancing.
I'm not bothered by the government looking at my titties, by the way. Ha, I'm stupid. Ha.
These nude pictures are for me.
And he's like, you can delete those. Like, why Russian hackers again? It's like, you know, he's in the CIA. He can't tell you anything, dumbass. No, seriously, why? What do I have to hide? What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? It's like, oh my God. Couldn't they kill her to get to him at some point, please?
And props to you know, people who can pole dance, because that shit's fucking hard.
Yeah.
But they just made her character seem like a fucking bimbo.
Yeah,
Like a
well, yeah,
bimbo
no,
bitch.
exactly. Where
Well,
she's
that's what
she's
I'm
not
saying.
slutty,
It's
but
just-
she's stupid. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
hot and I'm an
Yeah.
idiot. I'm gonna rub my zone all over
Honestly-
this pole. Take a
Honestly,
picture. Take a
when they
picture.
were first meeting on their first date, I just honestly thought that was a setup test by the CIA,
Right?
Because of the questions she was
Yeah,
asking him,
right?
because of the poses she was having him strike, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, this
yeah.
is gonna be like a test for him.
Yeah, that
Okay, oh
would do.
God, no, this bitch is actually his girlfriend. What
Well,
the fuck?
these are all things that would have made a lot of sense. You know, if they
You're so
approached
pasty.
biopics like they do real movies, these are things that could have
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of things sometimes like, well, this really happened, so we don't have to like work out narrative or themes or anything.
Well, I mean, they already fictionalized some of the characters.
Well, yeah, like
so
Risa
if-
Fons is a composite.
yeah.
Yeah, and I guess Cage's character's just there to say, like, hey, they've been doing this for a long time. They suck.
Well, I mean, like,
He's
but
just
to
there
be
say,
fair,
"You're
most
the man now, Snowden.
most biopics do that though, just because like you can't really
Yeah.
secure the permission of all the real people
Yeah.
to like. There's a fuckload of legalities making films about living people.
Yeah.
yeah, I understand that it's just a way to like set up the world, I
Yeah.
guess, that it's taking place in. But also, I forgot that the term I wanted to use in Close Off is Wang Doodle.
Oh yeah.
You see his Wang.
Tell on a Matic Slim.
And
So
He pitched a
If
Wang
we're
Dang
Sorry.
Noodle.
are we gonna go into face off?
No, we got something to do before then. We got something to do before then,
Oh,
Donnie.
thank God! I've got that nailed.
You got that
too.
nailed? Okay, everybody ready?
Dude.
It's time for sequel.
Sequel.
Return.
Return.
More. Harder.
Bestest ever.
Nailed it.
We're winning.
Yeah.
Okay, who has a sequel to Snowden?
I do.
Why don't
All
you
right,
start
Donnie,
us
you go
off?
first.
Okay, Donnie.
Mine is called Snow Day, and it's got Adam Sandler as Snowden. It's got John Leguizamo literally as everyone else, and Sacha Baron Cohen as Putin. And the plot is as follows. When America's most well-known whistleblower finds his perfect escape to Ecuador derailed by weather in Moscow, what else can he do but declare a snow day? The Communist Party is about to get an injection of diplomatic fun and unity, much to Putin's disapproval. Will the Cold War country warm up to Snowden and welcome him? Or will they be putting him in the jet back?
Oh, god damn it.
And it is a Happy Madison production.
Oh God.
Of course it is.
Oh dear God.
Damn it, now I wish I didn't have to follow you.
Okay, yeah, Linda, let's hear yours.
Oh, you go first, sir.
Okay.
This is it's really
All right,
yours.
all
Come
right,
on,
right.
Dewey Cox.
Mine is called Snowed In, and Edward Snowden.
Oh.
Edward
God
Snowden
damn
returns. Edward Snowden is on a
That was
cross-country
fine.
train in Russia when the tracks are blocked by an avalanche. On board the stop train, a high-profile figure is murdered, and Snowden must resort to his computer skills to play detective and get the culprit before an international incident is sparked. Directed by not Oliver Stone, still starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Is he gonna do all the hacking like while standing on top of the train?
Oh yeah. He'll have like the unknown killer chasing him, and he'll have his laptop, and he'll have to like do. Make like the tracks switch, you know, like they're off on sidings and shit.
Yes.
Get him under a bridge just so it's just and as the killer reveals his identity, Snowden says to him, "You know what I like about you? You're tall."
I was actually hoping for like a runaway train type ending where he's sitting on the train hacking, and then when he finishes and puts his fist up, he goes, "Yeah!" right as the train goes and crashes.
And Jay Konchalovsky's Snowed In.
Well, damn it, that was my idea was Snowed In.
Well, it's okay. That's just the title.
You could, yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna have to go with Snowden 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think Snowden harder. The Snowmageddon. But this one is like where I turned it into an action film where they have to try to like now they're all stuck in like the NSA knows where they are. And the government's after them, and it just becomes like a chase around the world, and a little bit of Carmen Sandiego. But yeah, there's some fight scenes, there's some explosions, some laughs, some crying.
Edward Snowden has skills he cannot explain.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but damn it! Like I should just learn to like not. I should just go first.
Well, you know, we know he's lead hacksaw, and he knows how to arrange secret passwords with people. The restaurant does not open until noon, but the food is too spicy. Whoosh.
Can we actually just make a sequel to what was it, The Wizard?
Oh, Jesus,
Oh
California.
God, with Fred Savage.
So
yes,
you touched her
but
breast.
Just have a Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing Snowden in The Wizard.
Snowden loves the Power Glove. It's so bad.
He's reached level 4.
All right, you can sequel The Wizard, but it has to have all the same artists on the soundtrack as Over the Top, including Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
And Snowden like created a better glove.
Would it be horrible if he played a kid, but everyone else around him was cast as an actual kid?
That would be wonderful.
Oh God, yes, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
Gee whiz, my mom and
Sorry,
dad are
Fred
getting
Savage, I love
divorced.
you, but-
That really sucks.
Gordon-Levitt says this is the most uncomfortable movie I've ever filmed.
Oh, that big kid wants to beat me up after school. I don't know what to do. You're like twice his height. Just kick his ass.
There are churches burning copies of due to like the kissing scene.
He touched her breast. Moving right along.
We're gonna get Joseph Gordon-Levitt into jail here. This is bad.
I know.
Sorry.
That's when the NSA is like,
I didn't say Simon
JGL.
Says.
Are you guys ready for Face Off?
Oh,
yeah,
fuck, I
even though
guess.
mine's kind of already spoiled.
Oh well, let's
Well,
hear
let's
it.
hear it.
Okay, so for Hank Forrester, we have Dr. Clayton Forrester.
Okay.
For Lindsay Mills, we have Gypsy.
Awesome.
For
Richard
Ian
Basehart.
McCaskill, we have TV's Frank. And for Glenn Greenwald, we have Tom Servo.
Nice.
And Laura Petraeus, we have Crow T Robot. And Edward Snowden is played by Mike. Not Joel, but Mike.
Oh, this one's Mike. Okay.
Aw.
Yeah.
Adrian, how
Yeah,
about you?
I'm cheating. I'm just importing the cast from the conversation and the Falcon and the Snowman. Fuck it. Timothy Hutton Snowden. and Dr.
All right.
Clayton Forrester is Gene Hackman now.
I'll allow it. For my face-off, I have director-writer David Fincher.
Okay.
Edward Snowden is played by James McAvoy,
Okay.
or McAvoy. Glenn Greenwald is played by Dan Stevens, another Brit, and Laura Poitras is played by Sally Field, another
Naturally.
treasure.
I thought you were gonna have
And,
her played by shirtless Idris Elba.
I mean, well, now that you mention it,
He's diverse a character enough.
What's that movie where she plays the weirdo hoarder who
so.
works in
He's
an
got
office
range.
that was made recently?
Oh, hello, my name is
Yeah, something like that. That looked pretty good.
Dottie
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, I've had it on my list for a long time, but while I look that up, shall we?
Yeah,
move
yeah.
on?
To wisdom.
So,
Oh shit.
wisdom.
Wisdom with an H and some Z's.
Yes.
We wisdom. Them Nazis. We put them in that Nuremberg trial. Wisdom. Yep, nailed it.
Hello, my name is
Whiz
Doris.
on
That's
the
the
film.
film.
electric fence.
Yep. I'm Eastwood's boy, working for America. Yep. Work underground in Hawaii. Gonna have me a barbecue. Yep, I nailed it.
So yeah, what kind of wisdom do you have, Adrian?
Yeah,
Looks that Cagey
the
Wisdom.
CIA, you kind of know what they are before you get there. I mean, just figure that one out, dude. Like, they're pretty much famous for all that shit. Like, just don't do it.
CIA.
Yes.
Hey, wait! That was Lorenzo Lamas movie, CIA Codename Alexa. Yeah, it's the same story.
It just made me think of Clue.
Yes.
Donnie, what's your wisdom?
I guess I was
Pretty
right when I first said many episodes ago to just break the DVD in half, because apparently that's a good way to keep your data from getting into other people's hands.
I mean, yeah.
You know, one time the mom broke the DVD in half and the demons came out of it. That's how she knew that the cartoon shows were made by demons. It's true. So all those Saturday morning cartoons and the action figures, they put a demon inside each one. It's true. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, actually, that is
Okay.
good wisdom. If you're gonna do some stuff, make sure that you double encrypt it with a 35-letter password, and they're each different. Like, maybe make it a whole phrase or a sentence if you can. And also hide the drive on a failsafe, so that way it doesn't actually show up. And it's actually a virtual drive that you can just completely delete with just an Alt-4.
I don't know how they could find him. He was hidden behind 7 proxies.
Yeah. I literally was thinking that in the movie. It's like, you'll never find me in Hong Kong. I'm behind 7 proxies. Yeah.
Oh man, if everybody's hiding in Hong Kong, I really wanted it to turn into Bloodsport.
Oh
You
god.
should have had the Kumite like right then, and like the broken leg thing comes
That's okay.
back like in the montage, and then he like puts his busted off leg through some guy's eye.
I would have given anything if they had people trying to find him, and then someone slams their head down on their desk, like, "What's wrong?" It's like, "He's got his Windows Defender firewall up." It's like, "Oh, son of a bitch!"
It's impenetrable.
He's got Norton
Just like my
antivirus.
wife.
What are we gonna do?
Am I over
There's
here, my
nothing we
friends,
can do.
or am I over here?
And that's when you hear a gun click and someone shoots themselves.
It was a pleasure serving with you.
No. Oh.
Now I'm picturing the end of Lawnmower Man combined with the end of Dirty Mary Crazy Larry.
I guess my wisdom is don't trust the government, in case you were
That's
before.
pronounced government.
And
Yep.
Lord loves a working man.
And don't stick it in these holes.
These holes 3 are not for thee.
So, Linda,
So,
why do you
I
think
guess
the
it's
United
the
States
time
is
where
the
I show
greatest country
mercy.
in the world? How would you explain the internet to
Please
a child?
listen, follow, rate, and review Cage's Kiss on Apple Podcasts and on Podchaser. Speaking of
What's your greatest
which,
weakness?
thank you so much for all your reviews and your support on Podchaser. We are the top rated podcast in Podchaser in the category of TV and film.
You're the best.
What?
thank
How
you
we do that?
so
No one's ever
much.
gonna beat you down. You're the best.
Doing your best because you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to take it.
Yeah! So really though, thank you so much. It means so much to us. And like I nearly had a damn heart attack when I found
You're
that
killing
out.
Linda.
I was just blown away. But please keep killing me with your kindness.
Softly. Yeah.
You can also check out our stuff on YouTube that has that awesome Adrian Altz. And we just started adding a timestamp on there for the segments in case you just want to fast forward. Although I recommend not. Also check out our Patreon at patreon.com/CagesKiss. Even just $1 a month will get you access to our bonus content.
$1 a month does not save a starving child.
Yeah.
And I believe when this is coming out, we will be doing a bonus episode on the lovely Shirley MacLaine. So, and also you get a Cage's Kiss ringtone. So check it out.
You
man.
have a ringtone?
And
Ring,
do
ring,
it. It's
ring.
just
Quiet,
$1 a
y'all.
month.
Incoming call.
Oh boy.
Yes, I have those notifications too. You mean my
Headache, huh?
And if you can, please go to the podcast magazine .com/hot50. That's HOT50 and vote for Cage's Kiss. And while you're at it, vote for Bedknobs and Broomflicks. We'd greatly appreciate it. And and once you do, let us know that you did on Twitter, and we'll give you a shout out. We love the support, and thank you. With that, moving on to plugs.
You just reminded me of another better movie I watched this week. I watched 52 Pickup with Roy Scheider. And that one, Clarence Williams III plays this great psycho, killer guy. It's awesome.
Wasn't
Jessica
by
Simpson.
coincidence he also in the first Maniac Cop film?
Clarence Williams III? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I saw the first one. But you may remember Clarence Williams III for Hood of Horrors, where at the end he's Satan.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all
There's
you have
the
to
right
say.
way, the wrong
Okay.
way, and the army way.
So remember, you can find Cage's Kiss on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter, especially on Twitter. I'm more active there at Cage's Kiss. You could visit our website at cageskiss.com, and you can write to us at cageskiss@gmail.com. We really love correspondence, so, hit us up. Check out my other show, Bedknobs and Broomflicks. That's BROOMFLICKS, like licks. We just covered... by this time this comes out, we just covered Maleficent. And also check me out in our friend Kristen's podcast, Dispatches of Disassociation, where I play Lyle. Check it out. It's awesome. It really is. Adrian.
Whatever Lila wants. No. That's not the name.
Lila gets.
Oh, you can find me on DeviantArt and on Patreon under Leo the Fox. LEOTHEFOX, all run together, all one word. I just threw up some artworks on there. You need to go look at that immediately. And I'm throwing up secret artworks on the Patreon. That's also where the full-size Cage art goes sometimes. So
It's so totally worth it.
thank you. Donnie.
Dang. I am the Unreal Goals on the Twitter and the Instagram and shit like that, my nizzle. For shizzle. And I'm
God damn it.
also the boy who blew over on Pornhub. Don't follow me, but you'll regret it. And I also have Wisdom in the Bottle coming out, I promise, soon, sometime in the near future. And it's back to you, Linda.
Excellent. Why, thank you, Donnie. You'll be hearing from us next week when we cover USS Indianapolis.
It's time, y'all.
Jesus Christ.
You can find it streaming for free if you have a subscription on Netflix.
It's like the longest title ever, and it's like the worst movie ever too. So it's like you put something up your pee-pee, only they didn't need to go in your
Oh
pee-pee.
my.
You got a corkscrew and you coated that shit with fire sauce.
Jesus, man.
And I look forward to it.
90 minutes of shark attacks. If you find some YouTube videos of shark attacks and just queue them up in a 90-minute playlist, you got the same thing as the movie.
Shark attack.
But they're men of courage.
Men of courage who get eaten by sharks. There should have been a third subtitle on there.
Until then, don't step into any corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm
don't
encrypting
you
the
eat the
episode right
yellow
now.
Snowden.
They'll never find us.
You'll never find her.
And thank you, Norton Antivirus.
Yeah.
Henry on 7 proxies. Yeah.
Peach. I could eat a peach for hours. Please. Kiss me.